Just setting out for my live stream real quick. I figured I'd move this log over here so I can sit here and stream. But obviously this stream is yet another RC stream. Like usual. Whoa, I had to duck there. Okay, we'll set it right here, and then we'll get things turned on and get them going. So let me set this stuff up real quick. But today's live stream is exciting because yet again I have goodness, they just won't be quiet. I have another RC car out here, and this one is my little scx24. So this will be pretty cool. This is my little scx24. See, just like that. Very tiny car, but it's got a lot of power for a small car. So I am going to start by turning on the remote. I always say every time, always turn on the remote first. That's on, and then we turn on the car. I'm not sure how much battery this car has, so I'm gonna hope that it's good. But I found a nice place over here to stream, so this will be pretty good. I like this spot. But currently I think I have this car in first gear. It's kind of catching on some stuff. I would like to eventually bring a rake back here or something and just kind of work on it, but I did come out here to do kind of a short live stream, and also I came out here to do a short video, so we'll see what happens. There is people around here on this property, so I'm trying to be quiet to the best of my ability, but I think it'll be fine. I mean, I obviously have permission to be here, so that's not an issue, but the car might be dead, or the remote's dead, which would be a real big bummer. Yeah, the remote's dead. That's interesting. You know what? This happens as soon as you get out here to live stream. As soon as you start the live stream, everything's going good, and then all of a sudden your car breaks. Their remote is dead, unfortunately, and I am not very close to home. I do not have any AA batteries, unfortunately. But hey, this is just the experiences I have, and it's fine. It's fine. It really is. I will figure out a way to make it work. For now, it won't hurt to kind of just talk about life, I guess. That's kind of my backup plan. I didn't ultimately have a backup plan, but you twisted your ankle? Dang, that's crazy. And so yeah, this is the car that I had out here today, and the remote just died. So whatever. Okay, that's not necessary. But anyway, yeah, so I ended up getting this thing out here. This is my little scx24. It's just my little tiny car here, and it is pretty cool. What I mean by scx24 is this is a 1/24th scale car. So generally, my favorite cars are 1/18th scale cars, but you found Bigfoot? No, I didn't. Unless if no, I didn't. I am out here in the woods, but no, I did not find Bigfoot. Not yet. But anyways, so yeah, this is the car I brought out here today, and I was gonna say, generally I like 1/18th scale cars better. They're way more fun. You can do a lot more upgrades on them, a lot easier. They're easier to mess with and deal with. Versus 1/10 scale cars are kind of a different level. I like 1/10 scale cars, but they have to be a certain build. For instance, this build is one of the easiest builds to upgrade and work on. So I'm really thankful for that. But yeah, I didn't have a lot. So I did have a lot planned for today. But my plan for the live stream was to be able to drive this. And just in case some of you guys don't know, my remote that I was just using for it died, and I'm not very close to home. So either I live stream while I drive back home, get the remote, the new batteries, and then get it going, or I just sit here and talk to you guys about whatever really you want to talk about, which I think is a better plan because I don't want to drive all the way back there right now. So yeah, been a busy week, I guess. And ooh, I did want to mention, To any of you guys who are interested, I've been trying to put this out there, and it doesn't seem to be going very well, but it's okay. I guess I'll make it work. I have my own music on Spotify now. Currently, I'm trying to figure out how to get my own vocals, or maybe even someone else's vocals. But hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. But currently, I do have my own music on Spotify. It's on Caleb Hambleton is the name for my Spotify account. So if you want to, I'd appreciate it if you go and check it out. They're all like hip hop and rap songs, but I try to follow Christian hip hop and rap songs to the best of my ability. So that should be super cool. I've got like 5 monthly listeners, so nothing huge right now, but I'm just kind of getting it out there, trying to advertise my music to the best of my ability, and we'll see what happens. If people really want to listen to it, they totally can. That would be completely awesome. But again, I'm not making you guys do it, so whatever you want to do there. So yeah, I've been doing that. That's been super cool. All the songs that are on Spotify right now are songs that I wrote myself. So they're not my voice. Unfortunately, I've had to go to the AI and make AI do the vocals and make the music. But currently, this is just a start. I want to start going from AI vocals and music to my own vocals and my own music. Unfortunately, right now, I do not know how to play any instruments, so that's something I will have to work on, and that's something I will work on in the future. Maybe I can steady this a little bit so you guys don't have to see the camera shaking all the time. Um, so yeah, currently that's what I'm working on. I'm working on my own vocals and stuff. Um, Eventually, not right now, but I will be. And then as soon as that's done, man, it's just gonna be super busy. I am planning on doing way more YouTube live streams. Hopefully, I can do more for this channel. It's going to be RC live streams of driving around, being able to talk to you guys. Really, right now I'm gonna treat this as a Q&A because my plan A did not work. But now for my plan B, it'll be kind of more like a Q&A. And then I guess if you guys want, you guys can just kind of, I'll just tell you guys about what's going on and stuff, and feel free to ask questions. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions for you guys. Currently, I'm working on a series on YouTube. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Um, Currently, I'm working on a series on YouTube where I call it The Road to Change. So, for every day of the series, I spend one day trying to change one thing in my life that I know needs to be different. So, for instance, today's goal was to get rid of distractions. So part of that distraction was me spending time watching Instagram, Facebook, just scrolling on those apps, and same thing with like YouTube Shorts, just scrolling. And so that was one thing that I found myself that was wasting my time, that was keeping me from getting productive stuff done. So that's part of the reason why I'm doing this whole series, Road to Change. It's not actually on this channel, so this channel is mostly RC stuff. I'm going to be following that strictly from now on, RC only. If you do have an interest in RC, I would recommend that you subscribe to see more RC. It obviously helps me out a lot. I'm going to see if we can get to like 500 subscribers by the end of this year. We're not too far away. We're at 366, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe to help me get to 500, but obviously that's not what I'm talking about right now. So, anyways, what I wanted to finish talking about was this Road to Change series. It's on my other channel. It's on Details Matter 2. It's all one word, Details Matter 2. And I'm just starting. Today was day one. I posted my first video kind of introducing the fact, this is what's going to go on. And then I'm trying to figure out how I want to continue filming the rest of the series. I think I want to make one long form video, and I think I also want to make a bunch of short form videos, but it should be pretty cool. I'm super excited to see how that all goes. I'm doing a lot on YouTube right now, actually. So for this channel, it's all RC stuff. I've got another channel that's Details Matter Reviews. It's actually just DM reviews for Details Matter. And then I've got Details Matter Plus, which is all more entertainment-based, challenges, that kind of stuff. You guys get to participate in certain challenges. And then I have Details Matter 2, which is all basically just me going through life, really experiencing what life really is like. And I'll be 18 here soon, so that means I will be able to, show you guys what it's really like to move out as soon as you're 18 and just kind of experience life and talk to you guys what that's really like. And it'll be pretty interesting. It'll be cool. So right now I'm trying to run 4 channels. on YouTube, and I'm also working like 3 jobs right now. So quite chaotic, but it's really good as long as I'm able to maintain this consistency of getting rid of these distractions, so I can actually really just do stuff I need to get done. I have been working 3 jobs. These 3 jobs I've been working are really good, but I also see these jobs as a distraction as well, in a way. Okay, working jobs is great. Working 3 jobs is awesome, but there's one thing that's bigger than that that needs to be prioritized in my life, and the one thing that needs to be prioritized is my devotional life. I feel like being able to spend time with God every morning, read the Bible, and pray. Those are the things that count the most, and the most important things ever, really. That need to be done, and so it's just something that I need to prioritize that over. And so, getting rid of all these distractions in my life were something that really helps me to actually focus on this. So, yeah, it's huge. I'm really excited for this new series. So make sure to go check it out on Details Matter 2. It's my second channel. It'll be super cool. And honestly, I think I might just end this live stream here. Um, we'll see. I did just get 3 more viewers, so we'll see if we can go on. What I need, though, in order to keep this live stream up, is I need someone to ask a question or give me a topic to talk about. Because this is really plan B, is to have a Q&A session, really. Obviously, for any new viewers, this is my plan A, was to kind of drive this around. And then while driving around in the background, I would kind of talk about life and stuff. But that has unfortunately failed, and that's not going to work out. So, plan B, we're just going to have a Q&A session without the RC car, without driving it around. So yeah, feel free to ask questions and stuff on maybe what I've been doing for YouTube, for my channel and stuff, and where I see this going in the future. I want to put a lot of work into my channel. In the future, put more work into my thumbnails, put way more work into my videos. So far, I'm trying to film like at least once a week. Trying to film at least a long form video or a short or something to keep you guys, entertained, or at least keep some of my subscribers. But yeah, that's kind of the goal. We've made it to 12 minutes and 30 seconds for this stream. And then, okay, cool. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Um, and then basically today, I do have work later today. So, funny. I'm working Mondays and Tuesdays at another job. And then Wednesday through Saturday, I work a second job at a restaurant. And so currently today I'm not actually scheduled this morning to work, but I told my boss I would go in and work anyways, just kind of help out, move gravel and stuff. So um it's funny, this live stream has kind of turned into completely different than I planned. I promise you guys there was something more entertaining planned, but this is just a plan B for now. I obviously don't want to end the live stream at like 2 minutes, so we're at 13 minutes right now. We'll see. Maybe we can make it to 30 minutes if there's something interesting enough to talk about. But I've maintained viewers pretty well, so that's good. Let me think. What else is there to talk about? There's a lot to talk about, but I'm just trying to figure out what would be good to talk about on a live stream. Yeah, not a whole lot. Recently I've noticed that my devotional life has started to certain things like my prayers in the morning and worship and all that stuff has started to slowly fade away the more I focus on work, which is not a good thing. Which is why earlier I said that work can kind of be a distraction in itself. I feel like it depends on, if you enjoy work. I really like work, and that's something that I take with me. Everywhere I go, I really enjoy working, and that's something that it just really kind of gives me something to do. If I'm not busy, then I don't feel like I really, have a purpose, or not necessarily purpose, but like I feel like if I'm not working, then there's always something I need to be doing somehow, and work kind of fills that. And so I'm really glad to be able to, work these jobs, and it's cool. It's actually not cool. It's actually interesting to see how many people are, they don't have the same work ethic as me. I'm not here to brag, obviously, but the way that I work is I like to work with honesty, and that when people see the way I work, that they will have faith in our generation. You know what I'm saying? That they will see our generation as that, man, that kid works really hard. Maybe there's still some people in this generation that do, and I'm sure there still is plenty of people that work hard in this generation. But this is something I have, I take with me. I work really hard, and I really work to honor my boss in these situations and honor God in the same time. Honor God by also honoring my boss is one huge thing. And so I haven't been fired from any of my jobs, actually. I've kept all of my jobs, and well, there has been one that put my 2 weeks in. My first job was over at Safeway, put my 2 weeks in there, and then I worked a job at another restaurant. And so, anyways, yeah, it kind of just ended up, everything works out good. I'm working 3 jobs now, and I'm not planning on, quitting anytime soon. I'm hoping to just, keep working. It was actually funny the other day, my boss had told me, they were like, hey, there's a job opening across the street. You should go get a job. And at that time he told me that, I already had 3 jobs, and I was like, I cannot handle a fourth job. 3 is enough. 3 is plenty. I'm not gonna go get a fourth job. And so, at the same time, I told him, I was like, hey, I can't sacrifice one job for another. For instance, if I've got 3 jobs right now. I can't tell one of my bosses, hey, now I can't work. I got this new job across the street. I'm gonna continue working this boss. It was after the first week. I started this new job. My first week of starting the job, I'm not gonna quit on the first week. On the first week, I'm gonna put in as much, much time as I possibly can. I'm gonna care the most, and I'm gonna, really give them good first impressions. I can't quit on the first week just to go find an easier, quicker job that's closer to my house. Yeah, the job that I'm working now was like 30 minutes away, but like even still, I want to work the best I possibly can for that person. I'm not gonna quit because I just don't feel like working. One of the things that's completely different about this job from a restaurant job is most of the time you're constantly going at a constant pace, and you're really not stopping or slowing down much at all. For instance, this other job that I have, it's an outside job. So I work with go-karts. Um, there's a really cool area. They have kind of like a little mini golf course, and then, oh, that's cool. There's a bird over there. Okay, I might be getting distracted a little bit. Um, and then they have a bunch of go-karts that you can ride and stuff. And so this whole job that I'm doing, I expected that I was going to be actually, starting the go-karts. I would actually be, every once in a while after my shift, riding the go-karts around the track. What I found out is that's literally like 0% of my job. Right now, all I'm doing for my job is all outside work, weed eating, mowing, moving gravel. And so there's a huge difference from all of this outside work to a restaurant job. A restaurant job can be more relaxed. It really depends on which restaurant you're in. Um, I work at a Mexican restaurant, so the restaurant I work at, we're constantly kept moving. We've always got something to do. We're always busy, and especially during the summer season, there's always something to be doing. And so, this one thing about jobs that I don't like is when you have a job that you're always trying to find something to do. There's not something that always keeps you busy. For instance, I was working at my first job, Safeway, and I was fast enough that I would get stuff done, and then as soon as I got that done, I'd move on to the next thing. Eventually, there was a list of things in my mind. Once I got all of those things done, I was like, what else is there to do? So I'd go and find the boss, and they would be like, I don't really know. Like, I guess go outside and sweep and mop the whole concrete pad out there. And so most of the times, I was doing most of the odd jobs that nobody wanted to do because I ended up finishing all my work first. And the difference between that job at Safeway and the job at the restaurant is the job at the restaurant now, I am constantly moving. And one of the things that was really actually difficult for me for the first job was that I had to take a break. Okay, so they have like the whole system. After 2 hours, you get your first 15-minute break. After 4 hours, you get a 30-minute lunch. And after 6 hours, you get another 15-minute break. Okay, basically, um, I don't like to take breaks, actually. I would rather keep moving and not stop. And so part of the reason I really love this restaurant job that I work is because I don't have time to stop. And most of the time, when I eat lunch, I might even stop for 5 minutes and eat lunch and then get right back to work. I don't stop all day. I'm on my feet all day for 8 hours a day. Now, for some people, that may sound really like, dang, like that's a lot of work. You should be taking a break. And I honestly feel like I would rather not take a break and just work my hardest. So that's something I really, work on, and I really care about my job in that way. I really care about my boss and try to show them as much respect as I possibly can. Um, so yeah, that's just one of the things. Let's see what I can do with this RC car. Let me think. What else can I do? So I've got this RC car that it died. That was going to be my original plan, but unfortunately, I did not have a backup plan. So it's actually not the RC car that died; it's the remote. So I think I'm probably going to end the live stream here. We're at about 20 minutes here. Um, I would really appreciate if you guys would leave a like and subscribe. Obviously, you guys don't have to, but I would really appreciate it. Um, and I've been doing a lot of RC content on this channel. This is kind of unexpected, kind of a plan B, just real quick. I had to change things up. But other than that, yeah, this is kind of subscribe if you like RC and want to see more videos like that. And then other than that, I will see you guys. We'll plan for probably tomorrow morning or Saturday morning. I'll be doing lives pretty commonly, just here and there, but it won't be too far between. All right, I will see you guys in the next live stream. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all of you guys. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.